أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ورتل القرآن ترتيلا.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Viewers of MTA, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. In accordance with the instructions given by our beloved Imam Hadrat Amirul Mu'mineen Khalifatul Masih Khamis Ayyadahullah Ta'ala bin Nasril Aziz, we are going to start a series of programs called Al-Tarteel, in which the correct pronunciation of the Holy Qur'an will be learned, taught and practiced. The main syllabus for practicing these rules of recitation will be part 30, last part of the Holy Qur'an. And in each program we will focus one particular surah and will learn and practice one rule of recitation. With this very brief introduction, I like to have the introduction of the participant of this class, and I start with from my right. Can I ask your name?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. My name is Abdurrahman Cham.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My name is Hassan Saubi.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My name is Sahil Mahmood.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let us start our class. You see that what is the need of learning and teaching the correct pronunciation of the Holy Qur'an? First of all, you can see on the screen that there is a quote from the Holy Qur'an, and this is from Allah the Exalted in Surah Al-Muzammil, وَرَتِّلِ الْقُرْآنَ تَرْتِيلًا, and recite the Qur'an melodiously and thoughtfully. And the next you have a quote from the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, خَيْرُكُمْ مَنْ تَعَلَّمَ الْقُرْآنَ وَعَلَّمَ. The best among you is the one who learns the Qur'an and teaches it. Now remember that this hadith has two parts. One, to learn the Holy Qur'an, and then to teach to others. The promised Messiah ﷺ also said, Qur'an Majid ko bhi khush ilhani se padhna chahiye. The Holy Qur'an should be recited in a melodious tone. So from these quotes from the Holy Qur'an, from hadith, and an extract from the Holy Promised Messiah ﷺ, all these show that what is the importance of learning and teaching the Holy Qur'an in a melodious tone, in a best possible manner. Now, next basic points to be noted and to be remembered. First of all, there are 29 letters in the Arabic alphabets. So if you count from alif to ya, which is already highlighted here, alif, ba, ta, tha, if you continue, these are 29 letters. Second one, Arabic is written and read from right to left. English is written and read from left to right, but Arabic is written and read from right to left, as you can see here, La ilaha illallah. Arabic is very delicate in terms of its similar sounding letters, and certain letters are pronounced with thick sound and also some with thin sound. You can see the example now here, the kul, and the second one is qul. Now the difference between kaf and qaf, you can see that they belong to the same family. It has been highlighted with the red. First one is the red and the second one is maroon. So basically they have the same family, red family, but a slight change in the shade change the meaning as well. Now the kul means eat. Okay, kulu washrabu wala tusrifu is a famous phrase in the Holy Qur'an. And qul means say, proclaim. And some surah also start with this qul. Now, apart from consonants, Arabic has also vowels which prolong the sound of a consonant letter. A consonant letter can be prolonged by using a vowel. Now, for example, if you come to the first letter alif or ba or ta, if we speak that simply, if I pronounce that, it will be ba, ta, tha. But as soon as I want to restrict that pronunciation, then a short vowel will come on that one. For example, look here, the example, mim, lam and kaf. Now on mim there is a fatha, ma, lam with kasra, li, and kaf also with kasra. So this is basically malik. And in order to prolong the mim sound, you have a vertical fatha on that one, and it is a malik. So malik in nas, the first example, and then malik, which is a bit longer voice, and it means master, maliki yawmiddin. Now we were talking about Arabic vowels. In terms of pronunciation, there are two types of vowels in Arabic. One is short and the second one is long. First we will speak on short vowels. Fatha, kasra and dhamma are called short vowels. These are also known as zabar, zair and pesh respectively in some Asian countries. For example, Pakistan and India and so on. Fatha, what is fatha? Fatha is a slanting stroke and always placed over a letter. You can see the example of ba. Okay. Now if I say alif, ba without any harakat, without any vowel, this slanting stroke, it will be ba. But as soon as it comes with a fatha, a slanting stroke, the limitation, the pronunciation is restricted and limited only to 1 second. It's a ba. Now kasra is a slanting stroke which is placed below a letter. Like you can see that the letter is ba, the second letter of Arabic is ba, but there is a kasra on that, it should be pronounced like a b. The third one is dhamma. This is an inverted stroke and placed over a letter. So remember that fatha and dhamma, they are placed over a letter, and kasra is placed below a letter, and dhamma, when it is placed on a letter, it makes a sound of like a u, bu, okay, or ta with dhamma is with tu. Now important note, a letter having any of the above strokes, short vowels, must not be prolonged more than 1 second. Here is the common errors, common mistakes that people do not take care of this one, and they prolong more than 1 second, and sometimes this is change the meaning as well. So please make sure that fatha, kasra and dhamma must not be prolonged more than 1 second. And I also want to tell you that these short vowels also called harakat, 3 basic strokes. So fatha, kasra, dhamma. The next one, long vowels. I told you about the short vowels. Now long vowels, these are called al-huruf al-madda. Al-huruf al-madda. Points to be remembered regarding this one. First one, there are 3 long vowels in Arabic, and they are also called al-huruf al-madda. Madda means to prolong, and these are called letters of prolongation or stretching, and these are alif, waw and ya. And but remember, they must be mute with a sukun or jazm. It means that when they are playing the role of a letter of prolongation, there should not be any fatha, kasra or dhamma on that. But most of the time in the text, it is indicated with a jazm or that, on sukun on that. They always come after a letter because they have to prolong the previous letter. So they are basically prolonging the previous letter. An Arabic example, you can find here 2 examples. The first one in bracket, there is a noon, and noon carries a dhamma on that one, and just after that there is a waw. Now waw always have a previous letter with dhamma, okay, then there can be prolonged. So noon followed by waw, it will be nu, and next is ha, is a consonant, and this is with the kasra, and this is followed by ya. Remember, when ya is playing a role of harf madda or letter of prolongation, the previous letter would be always with kasra. And this he, Now next one is ha and followed by alif. Now remember the word nuhiha, this is a Quranic word, okay, and it covers all these three letters of prolongation. For example, nu is a vaw, and he, ya, and ha is alif. So there are three letters, alif, vaw, ya. It is covered by this example. Another example, again, u, here vaw, the same harf-e madda, and ti. Now remember, why alif with dhamma has been prolonged? Because it is followed by vaw with sukoon. And the word, the letter ta with kasra, ti, it has been prolonged because of ya, that is a harf-e madda. And again, noon, na, it has been prolonged because, what is the next letter? Alif, alif madda. So this is alif madda or vaw madda or ya madda, yai madda. So these, prolong that one. In order to understand it better, I think English example, you can find this one here. Like, for example, a, like, it doesn't all the time give you a short vowel. Also, like father, it has been prolonged, like rather, okay. The time duration for pronouncing a long vowel or harf-e madda is about 2 seconds. Maximum, about 2 seconds, not more than 2 seconds until there is some condition that you will learn afterwards. But remember, this is, what is 2 seconds? This is a 2 unit of, time duration, or 2 normal blink of eyes. 2 normal blinks of eyes. This is basically, you can say father, okay. U, ti, na, okay, you will find many examples. But in order to remember that what are the huruf-e madda, just remember these two words, nu, hi, ha, or u, ti, na. The proper time should be, duration should be given to the both, to all these words. Next one, in this program, we shall focus on Surah An-Nas. You see, you remember in the very beginning, I introduced that in each program, in each class, we will focus and practice one particular surah. And based on that surah, we will learn a new rule of recitation. Now, this time, we are starting with Surah An-Nas, which, and we'll learn an important rule of recitation. Now, before making a practice of Surah An-Nas and introduce a introduction of a new rule, the important points should be remembered. The first one, this is the last surah of the Holy Qur'an, and this is chapter number 114. It has 7 verses, okay. Now Allah the Almighty has divided the text into surahs, and also the surah has been divided by, the text of surah has been divided by verses. The text of Surah An-Nas has been divided by Allah the Almighty into 7 verses, including Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim is the first one, and it has 7 verses. Okay, the meaning of its name of this surah is An-Nas, the mankind, humankind, or the people, all right. And the last one, this is the best surah to start learning and teaching the rule of Noon Gunna. Gunna means strong nasal sound. Okay, there are different categories or different degrees of Gunna. But this time, Gunna means continuous nasal sound for about 2 seconds. Sustained, continuous nasal sound for about 2 seconds in pronunciation. And it is produced from nose pipe, the nose pipe. There are 2 kinds of Gunna, nasal sound. One is Meem Gunna, and the second one is Noon Gunna. Okay, a Gunna letter having strong nasal sound carries a tashdeed or shadda sign over it. 3 cog, like can say like a small W. Okay, so this is a sign, a tashdeed sign or shadda sign. When there is a Gunna, these 2 letters, Noon and Meem, they will always carry this sign, tashdeed sign. So here is an example of Meem Gunna. You follow me? Amma.
Amma.
Now you see that there is a sustained continuous nasal sound, okay, about 2 seconds. Now example of Noon Gunna is Inna, Say?
Inna.
Now many times the word has come here, the word inna, okay? And this is a example of noon gunna. Now, the basic steps to be taken before starting the Holy Qur'an is fundamental principle is cleanliness, okay? And the first one, I will speak on the physical cleanliness. First of all, we should make sure that our mouth is totally clean. Our teeth are brushed, okay? And inside is totally clean, because these are the exit point of the holy words, word of Allah the Almighty. Our hands should be clean because we are going to touch the holy words, the holy texts of Allah the Almighty, the Qur'an Kareem. But the most important thing is the spiritual cleanliness. It means that praying to Almighty Allah, that Allah enable us to continue to benefit from the Holy Qur'an, and seeking refuge with Allah. And this is mentioned in the Holy Qur'an. For example, you can see here at-ta'awudh. Now at-ta'awudh, this is a command of Allah the Exalted, Allah the Almighty. And you can find the example here in Surah An-Nahl, which is chapter number 16, verse number 99, in which Allah the Almighty says that فَإِذَا قَرَأْتَ الْقُرْآنَ فَاسْتَعِذْ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ. That, O reader of the Holy Qur'an, when you recite the Holy Qur'an, seek refuge with Allah from Satan the rejected. Okay, so this is a commandment of Allah the Almighty, that whenever you are going to recite the Holy Qur'an, you should seek refuge with Allah from the attacks or evil whispering of Satan. And then this command is implemented in these words, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Now remember, the first ta'idh, in the first, that command, Surah An-Nahl, chapter 16, verse 99, it means to seek refuge. And implementing that or following that command, we say أعوذ بالله. The words are, other words are the same, billahi min ash-shaytan rajim. We only add a'udhu, I seek refuge. And this a'udhu also has come in the Holy Quran many times. For example, Surah An-Nas, which we are focusing this time, start with قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ. Okay? Practice of noon gunna. For your easy practice and understanding the rule, we have highlighted those points where gunna will be made. Strong nasal sound will be made for about how many seconds? 2 seconds. 2 normal blinks of eyes. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Okay. Now make sure that the letter Zal should be pronounced with thin and soft sound. Many people do a mistake here. They do not make a difference between Zal and Za, which is a buzzing sound. So we are focusing on one rule, which is rule Noon Gunna, but at the same time we will pick one letter, similar sounding letter. Okay, this time we have picked Zal. So tip of tongue is touching the front upper teeth, that edge, and you are pronouncing this one softly with thin sound. Vu, say Vu. Okay. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Qul. Okay, so making sure between that kul, kaf and qaf. Qaf is a thick, okay, and that kaf is a thin. So this means, qul means say, proclaim. Qul. A'udhu. Bi Rabbin Nas. Now remember, this is the nasal sound. You are making gunna here on an-nas. This is, it is a vibration in your nose pipe, the sound waves. and this is producing a nasal sound, strong nasal sound. قل أعوذ برب الناس.
قل أعوذ برب الناس
ملك الناس
ملك الناس
إله الناس
إله الناس
من شر الوسواس الخناس
من شر الوسواس الخناس
الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس
الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس.
Okay, Jazakumullah. You see, as I mentioned that we are focusing only one rule of recitation. There may be 10 rules. Huruf-e madda are there, then, similar sounding letters, some ikhfa rules. You will learn in next programs, but this time you are only focusing and learning and practicing noon gunna. Okay. Now this time, as I mentioned that we will inshallah ta'ala make a lot of practice. Now, in this way, I will read one line or one verse and you will read the second, alternately. Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
قل أعوذ برب الناس
ملك الناس
إله الناس
من شر الوسواس الخناس
الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس
من الجنة والناس.
Okay, thank you very much. Now next one is common errors. So we have to highlight and rectify those common errors which commonly they are done. Now apart from highlighted noon gunna, which is highlighted with the green color, these three words have been highlighted with red color. The first one is a'udhu. Sometimes it is pronounced like a'udhu. Okay, make sure that alif, which is at the same time becomes hamza because of fatha. Okay, hamza alif. This is only for 1 second. If we prolong that one, then the pronunciation will be wrong. So if I say it will be wrong. Now remember, the next letter is ayn, and ayn with dhamma. How much time is needed for ayn with dhamma?
2 seconds.
No. I just asked ayn with dhamma. 1 second. Ayn with dhamma is only 1 second. I have not referred to vav madda, which is after that. It has not been highlighted. Okay? When vav will be added to ayn with dhamma, then ayn sound will be prolonged. Because vav madda is a letter of prolongation. So first one is say u. 1 second. U. But in order to prolong that one, we add the vav, which is there, the third letter here. We say a'u. Again, zal, soft and thin, not mingling, not mixing with the sound with the buzzing sound like za. Okay, atuz zakat, not that one. Zu. A'udhu. This is the first word which is commonly mispronounced. Say a'udhu. Next one is maliki. Now, sometimes it is pronounced like Malikin Nas. Remember that Malik means the king. Malikin Nas, king of people. Okay? And Malik means master. Maliki Yawmiddin, master of the day of judgment. So here is meme with fatha. So how many seconds you need for that?
1 second.
1 second. So if I say ma, is it right?
Yes.
Yes. If I say ma, it's wrong because this is long vowels, is harf-e madda, you can find in Surah Al-Fatiha, Maliki Yawmiddin. So here is Malikin Nas.
Malikin Nas.
Now the third word, which is also mispronounced, which is with the Sad. Now this Sad, sometimes pronounced unintentionally with Fatha, like Yuwaswisu fi Sadurin Nas. So make sure that this Sad, whenever you teach to others, this Sad with Dhamma. Okay? So it means Sudurin Nas. Yuwaswisu fi Sudurin Nas.
Sudurin Nas.
Okay, you have learned rule of Gunna. You know what is Fatha, Kasra, Dhamma, short vowels and long vowels. Now this is the assignment. Until the next program, next class. Remember that you have to practice a lot so that it become your part of nature. So assignment from me, repeat Surah An-Nas in your private time 7 times. If you do in group, in a pair, that will be excellent. Make sure you do not have the highlighted common errors, which I highlighted, with the red one, the 3, A'udhu, like Malikin Nas and Sudur. You do not have that one, okay? And wherever you can find, you very nicely, highlight this one and, teach. Identify and practice the examples of Noon Gunna in Surah Al-Jinn. Okay, tell me, Hassan, how many chapters in the Holy Qur'an?
114.
114. Okay, so this is chapter number 72. Surah Al-Jinn, chapter number 72. How many times? You have to tell me next time, in next class, how many times the Noon Gunna, not Mim Gunna, Noon Gunna has come in chapter number 72 in part 29. Okay? Now we have learned one particular rule based on Surah An-Nas, rule of Gunna, strong nasal sound, and short vowels and long vowels. And this is the time now to end this class. And it will be very good and full of blessing that if we, as we started with the prayers, we also conclude this class with a prayer. Allahumma arhamni,
Allahumma arhamni
bil Qur'anil Azim,
bil Qur'anil Azim,
waj'alhu li
waj'alhu li
imaman wa nuran wa hudan wa rahma. Allahumma dhakkirni minhu ma naseet وعلمني منه ما جهلت وارزقني تلاوته آناء الليل والنهار آناء should be long, okay? آناء الليل والنهار واجعله لي حجة يا رب العالمين. Ameen. O Allah, have mercy on me through the great Qur'an, and make it for me the model, the light, guidance, and mercy. O Allah, remind me whatever I have
I have
forgotten from it,
forgotten from it,
and teach me
and teach me
what I do not know
what I do not know
of it.
of it.
Grant me
Grant me
its recitation
Its recitation
during the hours of night
during the hours of night
and day,
and day,
and make it
and make it
a witness
a witness
in my favor,
in my favor,
O Lord
O Lord
of the universe.
of the universe.
Okay, Jazakumullah. Viewers of MTA, we hope that you have enjoyed our program. If you have any question or comment or feedback, please write to us at tarteel@mta.tv. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ورتل